Zwift have challenged me to ride every single day on their platform for 30 days to see what happens. There it is.
I'm feeling ready for it.
Now, they have been very chilled out with the training plans and the workouts that I'm doing, and I can essentially choose them myself. They've only made a couple of stipulations. First up being, I need to do a minimum of 45 minutes a day, and I need to complete at least one Zwift race by the end of it. Now, a couple of extra things that I want to do. I also want to chat to someone who's come back from injury and then achieve something miraculous on the bike with the help of Zwift, because I think that'd be quite interesting to find out about. Now, with a challenge like this, getting baseline figures is obviously essential, because by day 30, I'm going to want to know how far I've come and what difference I've managed to achieve. And this obviously only means one thing, and that's an FTP test. So without further ado, we best get into it. Let's get spinning those legs. Oh, I think this month, if I could end up adding an extra 20 watts to my FTP, I think I'd be pretty happy with that actually, just because this summer I haven't been able to ride as much as I wanted, so I do feel like there's a fair gain to be had. I'd also like to improve my kind of top end power as well. So I think over the course of the month, I'll be building in some efforts which require me to, really push on the pedals and hit some high numbers. Now, coming into this, I know that roughly I'm about 63 kilos or 139 pounds. If we could drop a few pounds, that's always going to be a good thing. And I think my current FTP, going into this is about 220. But I mean, after we get this test done, we'll know a little bit more about what my current level of fitness is. I have actually done quite a lot of indoor training before, but I've not really utilised the full benefits of Zwift. Previously, I'd be in my flat with a piece of masking tape on my top tube listing out the intervals that I need to be doing. So actually having Zwift now makes this a lot easier and a lot more interesting. But for me, this is a huge step on from, looking at a sweaty bit of masking tape, watching my power numbers on a Garmin. So this definitely makes it a bit more fun for sure. So one thing that Zwift did say, obviously, was that I need to do at least one Zwift race. Now, I've never done a Zwift race before, so that's going to be, I think, baptism by fire. But it should be good. I've also heard that there's a Cycling Weekly 10-mile TT that happens on a Thursday, I believe. So we'll give that a go. I know that a lot of guys here at the magazine are incredibly fit, so I think I'm going to have my work cut out to make sure that I'm slightly competitive. But yeah, there's going to be a lot to do. I have also heard there might be some new mapping coming, so that will be quite fun to explore. Well, good news. We're starting from a higher base than I thought. Looks like my FTP is actually 230 watts, which isn't anything to write home about, but it's a good starting point at 63 kilos. What's that in watts per kilo? 3.65. I think I'll aim for a 4 watts per kilo FTP at the end of this. That will get me back to where I was riding previously. And actually, I think it's a pretty achievable target given the time scale. Yeah, it would equate to roughly a 250 watt FTP. I think we could add 20 watts. I think that's doable. Got the baseline done. We know where we're starting from. Hopefully, it's just an upwards trajectory from here. So this must be day 4 now, actually. To be honest, still feeling good. I do need to remember to bring my fan home from work though, because crumbs, it does get sweaty, even though I'm next to all of these windows. Oh, here we go. Another day on the turbo. We'll see how we are in 20 minutes. No doubt, very sweaty. There it is. So here we go, day 9. But before we got into today's session, I actually wanted to run you guys through my setup a little bit and show you what I'm using to do this challenge on. So here we have the Zwift Hub Trainer. Now I've got the 12 speaker set on here because the bike that I'm using is this. It's a Ribble Endurance. I've just popped the trainer on a towel there just to stop the vibrations because I am in a flat and I don't want to annoy my neighbours too much. And then I've also got Zwift here on my laptop, and amazingly, that's it. The one thing that has surprised me about this trainer actually is just how quiet it is. It's only when I kind of put it into the big ring and really start to put out the efforts around 450, 500 watts plus that it really starts to make some noise. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with the setup. It's been working really well. Whew. Well, there we have it. That is day 9 done and dusted. Yeah, it got a little bit intense towards the end there. Legs were burning, but actually the cool down now, it's all starting to chill out a bit, so yeah, no, we'll be okay. I'm feeling day 10, it should be good. I think I need to keep drinking, like I already said, keep drinking. But no, I think, you know what? I was questioning whether I was going to make it to the end of the 30 days. And sure, it's only day 9, but I am feeling pretty confident. It's just little by little, incremental gains. By the end of the month, they should stack up to something quite significant. So yeah, no, I'm feeling good about it, and time for a shower. Everyone, hello, welcome to day 10 of this 30-day challenge. That means we are 1/3 of the way through. It's now 8:30, and I'm going to smash out an hour session. I've picked another one from the Zwift Academy, and this one looks like it might not be as hard as yesterday, but there's definitely more intervals in them, so I'm hoping it's going to open up my legs a little bit more as we push some higher watts. I'm feeling ready for it. I've just finished session 10. Whew. That had 2 10-minute long efforts just below FTP, but on that last one I decided for the last minute I was just going to push it as hard as I could, and I ended up seeing about 40 watts over the recommended. But I just thought, you know what, this session is called depleting, or the depleter. I thought might as well empty the tank. So it's day 11, and today, rather than doing my workout after work, I'm actually doing it on my lunch break. I've had a little bit of food already, because one thing I do find is that I have a much higher quality of session if I've eaten about half an hour, 45 minutes beforehand. It just gives me that extra bit of a kick to go, which is really nice. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I wanted to add an extra 20 watts to my FTP to take me up to 250 watts, which would mean a rough 4 watts per kilo for my body weight. Now on Zwift, there's obviously the Zwift Academy. I'm going to be, and have been, following a lot of the Zwift Academy workouts. There's also quite a few workouts on Zwift in an FTP builder collection. So I'm actually going to be doing quite a few of those, and I'm hoping to do as many of those a week as I can, because one really good way that I found to build my FTP in the past was to do a lot of kind of zone 4 work with unders and overs, mixing in some high intensity strength work as well. Now I did also pair that with strength and conditioning exercises in the gym, and when I combined that all together, I found it had a massive effect on my all-round fitness, and like I said, really boosted my FTP. So my plan is to actually try and do a lot of that again. Although this time I'm not going to have 3-4 months of winter training to do it. I've obviously just got these 30 days to try and get those extra 20 watts. But like I say, because I'm not starting from the best place in terms of my own fitness, I think I should see a nice fast rebound back to where I used to be, which was in that 250 watt region. So it's not uncharted territory for me. It's more a case of just finding my legs again. I just love to get back to 250 watts at 4 watts a kilo. I think I find that's a really comfortable place for me to be. And you know, I'm not a full-time cyclist. I don't get to ride every single day. So I think maintaining that 250 watt level is something that is perfectly doable. I think I've just got to get myself back there and then stay on top of it. There we have it, that is day 11 done and dusted. I tell you what, I'm a little bit tired, but I have just had a shower and a shave and I feel a lot fresher. That's it, I'm gonna leave it there for the time being for the first 11 days. Do come back this time next week and see what happens in the next 10 days. And I should hopefully have some pretty cool interviews as well. There was one thing I wanted to let you guys know about though, and that is tomorrow night, the 26th at 6 o'clock British Summer Time, the Cycling Weekly gang are getting back together and we are doing a time trial on Zwift. And of course, everybody's invited. I've left all the details down in the description below on how you can join us. It's gonna be great, so yeah, make sure you come, and then obviously we wanna see your best times. But that's it. I will see you again this time next week. If you enjoyed the video, do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you again very soon.